All right, Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time, and not LeBron James.
From the moment he set foot on an NBA court, Michael Jordan dominated his sport like few athletes ever have.
First of all, I wear the number because of Mike. When you're growing up and you're seeing Michael Jordan, it's almost like a god.
Turned the Chicago Bulls into a dynasty with 6 championships in 8 years. And in 15 seasons with the Bulls and Wizards, he would transcend the game of basketball.
Michael Jordan won championships, 6 rings. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. The GOAT stuck with his team. Coach Thomas had offers from other places. I didn't leave. I stuck with my team. That's how they're great. Because just like Michael Jordan was passed up on, he was cut from his team. He was told he wasn't good enough. He wasn't athletic enough. He didn't stop. He just kept working at it. So I think it's just very symbolic that this is the class of 2023. Greatest of all time.
Coach Thomas interview, take 23.
All right, Coach Thomas, tell us what you mean to these kids.
And I'm not sure I know what all I mean to these kids. The kids mean everything to me. I see a lot of Michael Jordan in myself when it comes to greatness, so I felt like any class that I had needed to exhibit those same things. So from them I see unwillingness to quit, desire, passion, teamwork. They don't know that, I was a 3rd pick for this job. Like I wasn't even supposed to be here. I had people doubting me, telling me I couldn't do it. You'll never be a good AP, you're too close to kids. I had to take all of those things, and I promised that all those people that passed on me, I was gonna make them regret it. And now I've built like a dream team with my students. They know everything I expect, and they're doing great work. Man, it's funny because the first memory I have of these kids was when we went to the auditorium for their 6th grade orientation. It was called Eagle Camp. That was my first introduction into being an assistant principal. They had no idea that this was my first time in a leadership role. So I was really nervous, scared, terrified, wanted to make a great impression on them. And when I went in there, they were all smiles, they listened, they were receptive. And it was just at that moment that I knew that I was gonna have a special class. Man, 6th grade hallway is where it all started at. Walking up here near my office. Like I said, my first time as assistant principal. Great times, learning environment. I had to come here. Never forget my birthday. I knew they loved me. They all gathered right in this area. I walked out of my office, the whole class was singing me happy birthday with gifts. It was crazy. It was extremely hard. One of the first experiences I had, I was out of town on a trip, maybe the first week or 2 in school, and my Facebook is blowing up. We had a fight on campus. People went on Facebook and they lied. They said that the assistant principal didn't do anything about it. They had a rumble, it was a huge gang fight. People were shot, murdered, stabbed, killed. None of that was true. I wasn't even on campus when the fight happened, but luckily one of the parents had the video, sent it to me, and I was able to come back and get things straight with the kids. It was then that I realized that I needed to be tough because the kids had a lot of fight in them. So we had to learn how to focus their energy on something positive.
All right, Michael, for the last 3 years, it has been Detroit that has gone on. Let me be the first to hand you this. And also, it had to be a bit of sweet revenge winning here.
Right now, we're looking forward to the finals and trying to do our best.
Now, you mentioned before the game that you wanted to stamp out Detroit and stop that kind of play. What was that about?
Well, we just wanted to play clean basketball, even though they were going to try to maybe dirty it up, but we were going to keep our composure and play the game of basketball like we know how to play. And I think we held our heads. We really didn't let them get us out of our game, and we kept our poise and did what we had to do.
The way I molded these students is that they're already competitive. I think they had greatness in them. They just needed someone to bring it out. So basically what I did, I just set the standards extremely high, and I wanted to put a competitive nature into each one of them. So everything we talk about is always about competing, being the best, being better than the next person, outworking our competitors within the district, within the state, within the country. Like, they know that I want to be the best regardless of what's going on. I don't care if we're playing tic-tac-toe, basketball, star scores, discipline, it doesn't matter to me. Whatever it is, I want to be the best. My kids know I want them to be the greatest. 7th grade Hall. 7th grade was a tough year. Hurricane Harvey definitely made this class stronger. It showed me how resilient they were, because through everything.
Take a look at the images just coming in. This is an entire highway that is underwater.
7 inches of rain falling per hour. Houston, home to more than 2 million people, now facing historic flooding.
I mean, we didn't have any issues that related to the hurricane and what students had lost. Man, it's like family with these kids. You know, they come in, they greet me every day. I'm gonna miss the parents, the relationships, their intensity, their energy. Everything I've ever asked them to do, they've always showed up, every single time. And I'm probably gonna break down. I'm probably gonna have some type of nervous breakdown from missing them. I might start crying in this interview. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with it. I don't think it'll ever be a class like this. Man, I love y'all. Y'all probably don't know all the steps I had to take to get here. I've grown probably just as much as I expect y'all to grow. I mean, I'm just looking forward to a great year.
How did you take that motivation and instill it in the students?
The motivation I took from being passed up, overlooked, doubted, you know, I use all that doubt for motivation. I take everything that I have, and you know, I keep the emails. I keep them when they denied me, told me that I wasn't good enough. And so I sat down. I never forget, y'all gonna have this teacher, Miss Shankle. I went and sat down in Miss Shankle's class, and I wrote myself a letter. I'm gonna read y'all the letter. I wrote it to myself. So it says, "Dear Heron, you are the greatest. You are blessed beyond measure, and your enemies and doubters will be placed at your feet and beneath you. You are a well-spoken, handsome, intelligent man of God. You are a born leader, and your greatness is on the verge of peaking. The community will be behind you, and the children will look to you for guidance and leadership. Your relationships will be more powerful than those that have been placed in roles deemed more powerful than yours. Your title will be magnified, and all that speak of Coach Thomas will speak greatness. Love always, the greatest." As much as I've seen them grow, watched them learn, I hope that I've become a great assistant principal, a great mentor, a great teacher, great leader, and someone who just sets high standards for the kids. I absolutely love them, know they're gonna do great things, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do throughout this school year. If I could have them take anything from me when they journey on to high school, it was to always do your best. Don't ever settle for less. You know, when I call them the GOAT, I really mean it. Like, I plan on them being the greatest of all time. That's not just here, it's not just about basketball. It's in math, it's in language arts, it's in sciences, it's in everything in life. Like, I want them to take the competitive nature and take that everything is always competition. No matter where you go, what you're doing, like, I want you to focus on being the greatest. If it's not the greatest that you possibly can do or be, then it's not good enough. So if y'all don't ever, remember anything else about me, just remember that if you ask yourself, what will Coach Thomas want? That he want me to be the greatest of all time. Mike stayed with the Bulls and won 6 championships. LeBron's been on 3 teams now, always looking, trying to find the next best thing. Oh, I need these players, I need those players. We're not doing that here at Highlands Junior. Class of 23, we got everything we need. I'm not going to beg Horseman, Gentry, Cedar Bayou, any of those places for students. Oh, can I have your students? No. We're gonna be the best right here. So that's why I don't want to hear comparisons about LeBron James being as great as Michael Jordan. When it comes to the greatest of all time, it's just one. It comes down to 2-3. Michael Jordan, 23. Greatest of all time.